Every day we do a lot of division, and most of the times this division involves only numbers, so we are very well versed with the division of numbers. But as we are studying about polynomials, so is there any possibility of dividing a polynomial by another polynomial? Yes, in fact, we can always divide a polynomial by another polynomial. But how to do that and how to find out the quotient and remainder of such division? So this is something we are going to study in this lecture. The division of a polynomial by another polynomial. So let's first check out the division of numbers. We are very well versed with the division of numbers. So if we say that we have to divide 19 by 8. So we have taken a number 19 and we have to divide it by 8. Then we know that we can write 19 as equal to 8 into 2 plus 3. Now here 19 is the dividend, 8 is the divisor, 2 is the quotient, and 3 is the remainder. So when we divide 19 by 8, what we get is the quotient as 2 and the remainder as 3. So what do we observe here? We can clearly see that the remainder is less than the divisor. Divisor is 8 and the remainder is 3. So whenever we divide one number by another, the remainder comes out to be less than the divisor. Let's try to see one more example. Divide 36 by 9. Now we know that 36 could be written as 9 into 4 plus 0. So here 36 is again the dividend, 9 is the divisor, 4 is the quotient, and 0 is the remainder. So we see that 9 completely divides the number 36 as it leaves the remainder equal to 0. Now again what we observe is remainder less than divisor. So the rule is whenever we divide one number by another, the remainder always is less than the divisor. Now let's try to see the division of polynomials. So through examples we are going to understand the concept of division of polynomials. So let's take for example divide 3 into x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube plus 7x square minus 11x by x. So here we have the dividend as 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube plus 7x square minus 11x, and the divisor here is x. So we have to divide this number by x, and therefore what we do is we can write this as 3 into x to the power of 4 whole divided by x minus 4x cube whole divided by x plus 7x square divided by x minus 11x divided by x. So what we do exactly is we divide each of the individual term by the divisor, which is x. Therefore we can further write this expression as this. Now we divide 3x to the power of 4 by x. Now 1x and 1x gets cancelled from the numerator and denominator in this expression, and what we get is 3x cube. Similarly 1x and 1x get cancelled from the numerator and denominator of this term, and what we get is 4x square. Similarly from this term and from this term, and thus what we get is 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11. So what we can say here is the quotient here is 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11, and the remainder here is equal to 0. So the quotient is this polynomial and the remainder is equal to 0. And we also know that whenever the remainder is equal to 0, then the divisor completely divides the dividend. So this polynomial is completely divisible by x. Thus x completely divides this polynomial without leaving any remainder. Now as we see above, we notice that x is common in each of the term of 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube plus 7x square minus 11x. Here we observe that x is common in each of these terms of this polynomial. So we can write this polynomial as x into 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11. So as x is common in each of these terms of this polynomial, therefore we take out x as common and can write this expression as x into 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11. Now we see that x and 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11 are the factors of this polynomial, which is 3x to the power of 4 minus 4x cube plus 7x square minus 11x. So what we can say is that this polynomial and this polynomial are the factors of this very polynomial. And in other words, we can say that this polynomial is a multiple of x as well as a multiple of 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11. Now, let's see one more example. Let's take the polynomial 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11, and we have to divide this polynomial by x. So here the dividend is this polynomial and the divisor is again x. So let's try to solve this. We can write this as 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11 divided by x. Now again we divide each of these individual terms by x. So we can write this as 3x cube divided by x. We can write this as 4x square divided by x. We can write this as 7x divided by x, and we write this as minus 11 divided by x. Now this gives 4x, this gives 7, and this is 11 by x. And what we observe here is we cannot divide 11 by x because there is no such x in the numerator. So 11 is not at all divisible by x. So what we can conclude from this? We can very well say that the quotient in this case is 3x square minus 4x plus 7, and the remainder here is minus 11. So if we take out minus 11, then we can divide this term by x. But because minus 11 is not at all divisible by x, therefore minus 11 becomes the remainder, and the quotient here is 3x square minus 4x plus 7. So again we see that we cannot divide minus 11 by x to get a polynomial term. So in this case we stop here and note that minus 11 is the remainder. Therefore we can write this expression as 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11, which is the dividend, equal to x into 3x square minus 4x plus 7. So thus in this case we see that this is the quotient and minus 11 is the remainder, and therefore we can say that x is not a factor of 3x cube minus 4x square plus 7x minus 11, because if x were a factor of this expression, then the remainder should have been equal to 0. But here we see that the remainder comes out to be equal to minus 11, and so x is not a factor of this polynomial. So now we have seen the division of polynomials. Let's try to see an example. Let qx be a polynomial which is equal to 2x cube minus 3x square plus 3. So find the remainder when qx is divided by x minus 2. So now here the dividend is qx, and we have to divide qx by x minus 2. So there's a twist in the problem now. Earlier we divided the polynomial by x. Now we have to divide a polynomial here by x minus 2. Note that x minus 2 is a linear polynomial, as the degree of this polynomial is equal to 1. So let's see how to solve this problem. Qx is equal to 2x cube minus 3x square plus 3. This is the dividend, and we have to divide this polynomial by x minus 2. So x minus 2 becomes the divisor. So we can write this operation as this. It is the same as what we do in the division of numbers. So just as we do in the case of numbers, we are going to follow the same procedure here. Let's look at the first term. This is 2x cube. Now if we multiply x minus 2 by 2x square, then this would come out to be equal to 2x cube, and thus we'll be able to subtract 2x cube from the dividend. So we can write this as 2x square, and when it is multiplied by x minus 2, it gives 2x cube minus 4x square. Now in the next step what we do is we subtract this polynomial from this, and what we get here is x square plus 3. Now again the divisor is x minus 2. Now again observe the first term here is x square. Now if we multiply this divisor by x, then what we will get is x square minus 2x. Therefore we multiply it by x, and we get here is x square minus 2x. Again we subtract this polynomial from this, and what we get is 2x plus 3. Now the dividend becomes 2x plus 3, and we have to divide this by x minus 2. Now again we observe here is if we multiply this by 2, then what we get is 2x minus 4. Therefore, we write this as 2x minus 4 and subtract the two polynomials, and what we get is 7. Now we cannot divide 7 by x minus 2. As we can observe here is the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of divisor. As soon as we get the degree of remainder less than the degree of divisor, we stop the division process. And so if we divide the polynomial qx by x minus 2, what we observe here is the quotient is equal to 2x square plus x plus 2, and the remainder becomes equal to 7. Again, the important point is whenever we get the degree of remainder less than the degree of divisor, we stop the division process. So when we divide this polynomial by x minus 2, we get the quotient as this polynomial and we get the remainder as equal to 7. Now, when x is equal to 2, then q of 2 would be equal to 2 into 2 cube minus 3 into 2 square plus 3. This gives 16, this gives 12, and this gives 3. This gives minus 12 and this gives 3. When we add them, we get q of 2 equal to 7. Now what we can observe here is, yet the divisor is x minus 2. So when x minus 2 is equal to 0, then we get the value of x equal to 2. So if we put x equal to 2 in this expression, we get the value of q of 2 equal to 7. And 7 is the remainder which we obtain by the division of this polynomial by this polynomial. So the interesting fact is, if we simply put the value of x equal to 2 in this polynomial, we get the same remainder as 7. Now this is quite interesting. Even if we don't do the long division process, simply if we put the value of x equal to 2 in this polynomial, directly get the value of remainder. Now you must be thinking that this is only for this particular case. Let's try to see one more example. Divide x square plus 2 by x minus 1. So here the dividend is x square plus 2 and the divisor is x minus 1. So let's try to see the solution of this. We have to divide this polynomial by x minus 1. Now if we multiply this by x, what we get is x square, and thus this becomes x square minus x, and we subtract this polynomial from this polynomial. Therefore what we get is x plus 2. Now the dividend becomes x plus 2 and the divisor is x minus 1. So what we do is we multiply this by 1. So this becomes x plus 1, and here what we get is x minus 1. Again we subtract this polynomial from this polynomial. So what we get is 3. Now this becomes a dividend. But also we observe here the degree of this is equal to 0 and the degree of this is equal to 1. So we stop the division process here. So what we observe here is that the quotient is equal to x plus 1 and the remainder here in this case is equal to 3. When we divide x square plus 2 by x minus 1, we get the quotient as x plus 1 and the remainder as equal to 3. Now what we do is we again put the value of x equal to 1 in x square plus 2, and what we obtain is p of 1 equal to 1 square plus 2, and that is equal to 3. Thus again the remainder here is equal to p of 1. The divisor was x minus 1, and if we put x equal to 1 in the same polynomial x square plus 2, then we get the remainder as equal to 3, and this is actually the same as the remainder which we obtain by the long division process. So these two examples bring us to the concept of remainder theorem. And so the remainder theorem says that let px be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1, and let a be any real number. Now if px is divided by the linear polynomial x minus, then the remainder is p of a. So what this remainder theorem says is, let us say that px is any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1.